Cardano's on this tipping point. It appears to be positioned for groundbreaking success, but with rivals like Solana and XRP fighting for attention in the market, some are saying that Cardano's issues are going to destroy it for good. So what's going to happen? Let's start with the Cardano ETF by Grayscale. Grayscale is this crypto asset manager that exposes traditional investors to digital assets in the form of trusts and ETFs. Right now, though, they have a Bitcoin and an Ethereum ETF. So they've done this before, but they're looking to go much further, targeting assets like XRP and Cardano. And there's three reasons why this really matters. Two are practical, and one is just a bit more exciting. The first reason is attractiveness. An ETF is an asset that you can buy or sell on the stock exchange. So when applied to crypto, a crypto ETF tracks the price of one or more digital currencies, allowing traditional investors and large institutions to gain exposure to these assets without directly owning them. So they don't have to learn how a wallet works. They don't have to make an exchange account. They can just use their Charles Schwab account at their traditional brokerage and buy Bitcoin or Ethereum and now potentially Cardano. For normal, everyday people, this is a big day, and it makes Cardano a much more attractive, easy approach investment. It feels more real to the traditional investor or the older investor. The second reason this is huge is stability in the market. So as ETF asset managers see more demand for their ETFs, they buy up more and more of that underlying crypto. So if there's a Bitcoin ETF and there's more demand for that Bitcoin ETF, they of course buy more Bitcoin and fill the reserves. This gives the ETF manager this dominant long position on the cryptocurrency. And then having that dominant long position just helps the stability of that price over the long term because you have this massive long-term holder in this ETF entity. So Cardano's stability could improve dramatically over the long term because of this exact reason. And the third reason, well, just look at this. Bitcoin's ETF was approved on January 10th, 2024. And then the price did this over the next couple of months. Even rumors of the Bitcoin ETF led to a 96% rally. So in the short term, an ETF could be great for Cardano's price. ETFs are this starter gun that can mean more investment from both retail and institutional buyers. This makes new all-time highs easier and easier to hit because there's just simply more demand for those currencies. Now, in learning more about this, I found something super interesting. There are other cryptos like Doge who are looking to get this ETF treatment within the markets. And in a way, top cryptos are all competitors to one another. They are competing for the attention of both average retail investors and these institutional buyers. And there's one competitor to Cardano in particular that I want to focus on for a second: Solana. Some Solana devs, they've been saying that Solana's difficulty in getting ETF acceptance stems from fundamental problems with Solana itself. Issues with spam and congestion, their 70% failure transaction rates, difficult block explorers, alleged wash trading make it hard to see what the reality is of what's going on under the hood. And this is interesting. While Cardano is not as popular on the surface, it doesn't have any of these same problems. It's research-driven and focused on scalability. It's largely free from performance-related controversy, meaning an ETF approval should be much more straightforward and thus more likely for Cardano over Solana. And yes, some people are claiming that the crypto bull run is already over, we're done with that. But in reality, this is still early days, meaning a Cardano ETF could get swept up in that momentum of the coming bull run. Some people, including Cardano founder Charles Hoskinson, believes the price of Bitcoin will go all the way to $250,000 minimum in this bull run. This is based on how quickly the market bounced back recently compared to previous crashes in history.
We are just getting started. So $760 billion left the market when the tariff thing came. That was larger than Luna or FTX on that day. 7 or 10,000 people got liquidated one day, twice the size of the amount of people got liquidated during the Luna collapse. Took us 2 fucking years to recover from that. We
Yeah,
recovered in 48 hours from that event in terms of volume,
crazy.
liquidity, these other things, okay? These are hot markets. So, now when these guys just this is an uncomfortable thing for us as an industry because this is the first cycle in the time I've been in crypto that's not retail led. And it's a lot bigger, a lot more organized. And so I don't know how it's going to pan out. I know everything's going on. I think Bitcoin's 250K minimum and everything's a ratio of that. It's impossible when the US government is pumping your bags for your bags not to go up. They were the original pumper. It's called the Federal Reserve.
So what he's saying here is that the crypto market lost $760 billion in investment in one single day recently. That's twice as big as the Luna collapse. That collapse took 2 years to recover, but this most recent crash that was twice the size took 48 hours to recover. That's how powerful the demand is in this current market. Already this year, I've seen FINOVA members taking advantage of this bull run to see massive returns from trades that they're doing every single day, from regular trades with hundreds of dollars in profits day in, day out, to some absolutely absurd, massive wins. So we teach traders what to look for so they can set alarms on their trades and then go and do whatever they want to do. Read, play video games, music. They wait for those alarms to hit for their trade to be ready, and then they take the action. They don't have to sit in front of the computer all day long. That's how insane this bull run can be if you know what you're doing. Now, yes, this stuff you can absolutely learn on your own. There are YouTube videos out there, there's people you can talk to. I did this, many others have done this, but it just takes years of trial and error and the expensive losses. That's just part of the journey. But if you're someone who wants to do it faster, then a service like FINOVA is exactly the right place for you, because we built it for motivated people who want to get there faster. We have this 30-day trader certification that's taught by our head of research, Kyle, one of the most experienced traders I've ever met or even heard of. He turned $26 in his portfolio to over $4 million and makes profitable trades week in, week out, shows everyone exactly what he's doing in his portfolio, and they can take moves and make moves along with him. So this 30-day certification teaches you exactly how he does it, how he finds and solves trades, and people are absolutely loving it. So if you want to make money in trading this bull run, I strongly believe this is the #1 place to start, because we built it to be the #1 place to start. So hit that link below before spots fill up. Start your trading journey today if this makes sense for you. Now, there are even more interesting things going on with Cardano's price that we absolutely need to cover. People have started noticing that Cardano's price pattern is eerily similar to its 2021 pattern, the same one that sparked a massive monumental rally. Cointelegraph, they noticed this repeat of a 2021 fractal that sparked a 3,000% rally because of a drop in the bear market. These similarities, they're quite optimistic for Cardano's price, but they're happening slower. Likewise, the same report from Cointelegraph shows that ADA whales have been buying up the coin and are now holding just over 2% of the circulating supply. This is a good sign, as it suggests more long-term conviction in the project, a conviction that I share because I've been holding my ADA for years and years now and haven't sold a single token. Now, this is where it gets a bit more interesting and potentially dangerous for Cardano, because the US is poised to become the largest adopter of crypto ever. Cardano founder Charles Hoskinson, again, he thinks it's entirely possible for the US to be one of the largest adopters of the blockchain in 5 years. Everything from government payment systems to procurement systems.
The US government is going to be, in the next 5 years, one of the largest procurers of cryptocurrency and blockchain technology. It's entirely possible. Our voting systems, our government procurement systems, our payment systems, our identity systems, and our central bank function, as well as how the US government works with its citizens, all will have some form of blockchain connection within 5 years because of this government. If the US does it, everybody's got to be interoperable with it. So by extension, 20 to 50 countries will adopt the same.
And that just makes sense, especially with a pro-crypto administration and a pro-crypto Elon Musk ripping his way through the government departments like he rips through baby mamas. Hoskinson made it clear, though, that the blockchain couldn't be used for the totality of the US economy, which I'm glad that he said that, because some people within the crypto space, they try to apply blockchain as a solution to every problem, and that's just not the case. But there are fundamental, highly valuable uses, like for the US Treasury.
Could we trust blockchain with the totality of the US economy? No. Could we trust it as an audit layer of the Treasury Department to basically look at all the payment inflows and outflows? Probably, yeah. And actually, it'd be tremendously valuable, because then you put AI on top of it, and then you can look for waste, fraud, and abuse.
Now, why does this matter? Well, whichever blockchain the US chooses or partners with to help develop their own in-house chain, they're going to receive an enormous amount of attention. And this is likely going to put an end to the debate around which chain is the best. Now, this could be wonderful, or this could be kind of bad for Cardano. This joining between the US government and crypto is only going to ramp up through 2025, and there's going to be winners and losers. Just look at how many states are scrambling to get in on the Bitcoin strategic reserve action. 20 states have come forward, and they're looking to set up reserves of $23 billion in Bitcoin. Texas is considering considering this a priority. So things are moving. As the reserves kick off, crypto holdings and attention are only going to become more and more popular, and it's only going to be a matter of time before blockchain technology starts proving its value as this reliable store of transaction data for the states, just a technology that makes sense for many of these applications. Government budgets should utilize the blockchain because it is transparent and it's immutable. It makes perfect sense for something like that. But does this mean that Cardano will absolutely be adopted? Or will it get crushed by the competition and forgotten forever, like some people are saying? Now, I don't have a crystal ball, but there are some promising signs here. Cardano has already hit milestones with countries like Argentina. Last year, it became the first blockchain to host a legally binding smart contract. And this might sound simple, but smart contracts have long been talked about as one of crypto's greatest inventions. I mean, they're amazing. But here, it's being used legally in the real world. Cardano was the first to do that, showcasing its ability to integrate into countries and respect compliance. That's a good feather to have in your cap if you're looking for government adoption. I mean, there is no blockchain that is more suitable for government adoption than Cardano because they built it that way from the beginning. Cardano has seen great strides in its community, and with Cardano native meme coins like SNEC really helping to build engagement with the community. It has so many of these things going for it, both the engagement end and just the sound tech end. That's a synergy that you just simply don't have in any other chain right now. Now, another pro for Cardano is they have the agility to get development done when they need to, allowing them to compete with Solana and Ethereum.
For Cardano in the dApp space, we have a path to pretty much do anything Solana or Ethereum want to do. And we have good dev frameworks and, more importantly, good dev companies that are very agile and capable of delivering. This is why the Globant partnership is so important, because it's very elastic. They have 20,000 developers. So somebody comes and says, we need 100 developers to do a national ID system in Argentina. We just talked to Globant, and they do that, and they could put 500 people on it if they needed to actually get that done at scale. And that's very easy. But then we have bespoke development firms like TX Pipe and Blink Labs and Harmonic and others. And they're like small, very agile teams, 5, 10 people, 15 people, up to 30. But they basically just move in and get things done like special forces and do very high quality work quickly. And so that network we didn't have previously, but now that we have that network and we built it out, it's ready to go for commercial activity that comes in.
On the negative side, though, there's this. Cardano still has some organizational drama it needs to resolve, and a lot of this still dominates the discussion of the project, like a little bit too much if you ask me. The more stuff, though, like this that keeps going on, the more it puts this blemish on the project. But what do I think? Will Cardano get an ETF? Will it get adopted by the US government and win 2025? Or is it just going to implode like the haters keep saying? If I was a betting man, I don't think it's going to implode. I mean, people are just being overly dramatic. Cardano is too solid, and they just don't understand how strong the tech and the community is behind it. I also would say that the ETF is likely to happen. As for whether it's going to be the #1 winner of 2025, that's going to come down to who wins out between Cardano and XRP. Solana, well, it's popular. It just has too many problems with its weird accusations, its performance, it's linked to so many scams. Cardano has the foundation to see serious adoption, but XRP has this insane performance, has so much popularity, it has connections in the White House. It's a serious competitor. Realistically, they're both likely to have a phenomenal year. So I'm looking at holding my ADA and potentially adding in some XRP. Then I'll just sit back, grab my popcorn, watch the events unfold. From here, I recommend following my Twitter for much more frequent updates. That'll be linked down below. I hope you have a profitable day. Thanks for watching.